Yes, Miss Agarwal, you wanted to, आप कुछ कहना चाहते थे?
हाँ सर नमस्कार, मैं ना
नमस्कार।
संतोष अग्रवाल बोल रही हूँ सर। मेरी ना जो ये लड़का है ना रुपेश अग्रवाल, इसने एक पैसा नहीं खाया, ये जो इसको 40% भी मिला, मेरे हस्बैंड ने दिया इसको। और इसने 2005 में जाके मेरे हस्बैंड का ऑफिस तोड़ डाला और उसके बाद वो ऑफिस में गए और सारा हाथ हटाने के लिए, और 2006 में मेरे हस्बैंड की डेथ हो गई। इसी शौक के अंदर वो चले गए। और सर वो मैं कहाँ जाऊं, मेरे को समझ नहीं आती है। इस लड़के ने मेरे साथ ऐसा बुरा किया, आप सर सोच नहीं सकते। एक औरत को, एक माँ को जिसने तुमको पाला पलोसा इतना बुरा किया, इसकी शादी भी, लड़के की शादी सब मेरा पैसा लगा, सब कुछ तो इसमें। और ये बहू है इनकी मिसी छाबड़ा, बेटे की बहू है ये, सबकी वाइफ है ये। और प्रभु सब सर ये मेरे साथ मिलकर मेरे को टॉर्चर करते, मैं आपको बता नहीं सकती। मैं इतनी थक गई हूँ, इतनी थक गई सर, मेरा ये करवा दो, मैं बहुत थक गई। आप भी मेरी रक्षा करो, मेरे को, मैं कहाँ जाऊँ, मेरे को समझ नहीं आती।
संतोष जी, हम कोशिश करेंगे आपका केस जल्द से जल्द खत्म हो सके।
और सर मेरे को बुढ़ापा आ गया, आप देख रहे हो मेरी।
आपकी बेटी आपके साथ है?
हाँ जी, मेरी बेटी मेरे साथ है।
तो अब परसों हम रख रहे हैं उनको और उनके हस्बैंड, अगर वो दोनों साथ में होना चाहें तो थोड़ा इजी हो जाएगा हमारे लिए भी। उनको भी कहिएगा, हालांकि वो पार्टी नहीं है, लेकिन उनको कहिएगा अगर सेटलमेंट की कोई बात होती है तो वो मौजूद होंगे तो थोड़ा इजी हो जाएगा।
सर मैं तो बहुत दुखी हो गई, मैं आपको बता नहीं सकती हूँ।
उत्सव इज द ग्रैंडसन?
Utsav is the grandson.
All right, so let him also be. He is also corrected. Let him also be corrected so that we can
That's
have
right.
a
That's right.
complete, full and full.
He's a party. He's a party. He's respondent number 2.
So we are requesting the sister, not making them as parties, but so that we can have
I bow
a
down.
resolution.
I bow down. Everybody's here. Everybody's here.
संतोष जी, आप उनको बोलिएगा अगली डेट पे वो भी मौजूद रहेंगे। हम परसों सुबह 10:30 बजे सबसे पहला केस आपका लेंगे।
ठीक है, थैंक यू सर।
So obliged.
May I please, your lordships? My lords, I am the grandson of the appellant here, my lords.
You are,
My lords.
you are the daughter's son.
Yes, my lords.
Your name is?
My lords, Aman Garg, my lords.
Sorry, Amangal.
Yes, my lords. Aman Garg.
Sorry, spell it out, please.
Aman Garg.
AMAN, Aman Garg.
Aman Garg.
Garg.
Yes, my lord. Ji.
Mr. Garg, if your mother and father could also be connected day after tomorrow, you see, it's easy for us to. What is your educational background?
Mama, I am an advocate by profession, my lords.
All right, perfect. Then you know, Mr. Garg.
Yes, my lords.
It is easy for us to decide a case, but it's difficult for us to resolve a dispute.
My lords.
We can decide the case without a difficulty, but we would like this dispute to end between the families. So we're making an endeavor. If it can be amicably resolved, otherwise we'll decide. So
I would like to brief my lords. My learned senior counsel has made some.
One second. We are not going to pay heed to anything stated on merits.
My lords.
Only thing since Mr. Mehta is there, and I know Mr. Mehta for a long time.
My lords.
We've requested him to come up with a proposal which he thinks is going to be appealable. And the offer, our system of working is, he makes the lot and you get to choose.
My lords.
So if he makes a loaded lot on one side, you can pick it up.
Choose it. Absolutely.
So we will not permit parties to make the lot and choose.
Okay.
So likewise, if he comes up with a lot, you have the right to choose. But if you want a different lot to be prepared, you prepare the lot, they will choose.
Absolutely.
So they'll give you an offer. They'll give you an offer by tomorrow end or early morning day after, and we'll take it as first item on Thursday.
Right.
My lord, may I make a submission? My lord, I'll hand over a copy of the partition deed to my learned senior.
Yes, please do that. It's in any case on ERP. It will be visible to them.
He will not include properties which are part of that deed, my lord. Because
of course not, Mr. Oberoi. What is already settled is settled.
My lord.
What is available for distribution is something. And Mr. Oberoi, this is not binding on the parties. If you're not able to resolve, we will adjudicate.
Absolutely.
Correct, man.
Deeply obliged.
Obliged, my lord.
Serial number 20.
Mr.
I appear for the respondent number 1. I have some background in the matter.
Mr. Mehta, you are appearing for the son.
I'm appearing for the son.
since you did not attend the last, you were not there in the last two hearings.
I know I wasn't there. I was briefed about it, Lordship.
See, what we had proposed was, since a dispute
Yes,
between mother and son,
Yes.
she wanted dissolution, he wants to continue the partnership.
Hmm.
She has a 60% share in the partnership. The
Son has 40.
son and grandson
And the
have
grandson, 40.
40. We had proposed that as on the date when the notice was issued, which is in 2012, there is a dispute notice served, not served, but the disputes commence then. We'll appoint a chartered accountant with consent of the parties who will go into the accounts, and she will be paid a 60% share. You pay it in property, you pay it in cash. It's for the parties to be.
May I suggest something
Right.
if it comments with the court?
But what your client contends is we will only give 60% in the profit and loss, and business is not being carried on, and he's taken over the firm. That was unfair.
I don't think that's a fair view. I won't support that. But can I just suggest you something,
Yes.
Lord?
Yes.
If it meets with your Lordship's approval, Lord. But essentially, the basket of assets has two assets. One is a residential property in Arya colony, Bhopal. That's not a partnership property.
Yes.
Second is a commercial property comprising of, I think, 2 shops on the ground floor and a terrace floor. Again in Bhopal, a commercial property, partnership property. Now, Lord, as far as the residential property is concerned, it is the grievance and a dispute between the parties that the residential property was unlawfully mortgaged by that is respondent number 1 sister, the daughter, to a financial institution without having any rights to do so. And that has led to several rounds of and several instances of proceedings not in various courts. I'm not suggesting this, Lord. I think this family must see peace at the end of the day. It has gone on in disputes for too long. This one is from 2012. I'm sure there are other disputes which have arisen thereafter or before that. If it meets with your Lordship's approval, the following. Plus, we could create 2 baskets. I'm with you. We could create 2 baskets, value each basket, divide them in the proportion. Of course, as far as the partnership property is concerned, 60-40. As far as the residential property is concerned, in the manner that the parties suit, and part ways fully, finally, amicably. That's a short point here. These 2 properties are the bones of contention for this family. As far as respondent number 1 is concerned, he is bipolar. He's a senior citizen. He's not in his senses. As far as she's concerned, I was told that she's herself not keeping too well. We may have our grievances with respect to what she told the court and how she is being coached, according to us, by the sister who's not a party here. But I think without going into any of this, what Lordships have proposed, I think, is very meaningful. I was only trying to take it forward to say, put everything into the basket, divide it in an equitable manner, and let there be a full and final settlement of all disputes. I'll tell you why a piecemeal.
Mr. Mehta.
Yes, no.
This proposal seems to appeal to us, but I'm audible because there seems to be some.
Your are audible, but I think there is a electricity failure there.
You see, what we would propose is you may make 2 lots, and
I'm not sure whether or not others are connected. I'm not sure because I see.
There seems to be some issue.
That's right.
Atul?
Yes, sir.
Audible,
Audible, sir.
Audible.
Yeah.
You may make the lot in the undisputed portion. For example, in the partnership, she's 60%, you are 40%. You make the lot, she will have the choice.
We can do that.
Similarly, and she was only looking at resolving the dispute. She yesterday mentioned.
I'm sure all the parties.
And it is very painful to a mother to litigate with her son.
But equally, I would say equally painful. In fact, I would say unfortunate for a son to litigate against the mother. But nobody should do it.
Since time is running, we would like you to, if you can come up with a proposal, we'll have it day after tomorrow. Come up with a proposal. We could then take it forward.
May I make a request? If it meets with your Lordship's approval, if your Lordship could give me about 3 or 4 days, I would also want to sit virtually with my friend on the other side.
May not be possible to keep it next week.
Then would it be
come up with some broad proposal? If it appeals to them, we can always give more time.
Would Friday be okay with your
Why
lordship's
we are
lord,
not
if that's convenient?
why we are not suggesting Friday is supposing it doesn't happen on Thursday. Then at least
Uh-huh.
we have a buffer of a Friday in between.
So give me time until Thursday.
Thursday,
Um,
come up with a proposal, and if it needs some
Certainly.
more time to streamline it, work it out, we'll push it.
May,
My lord, may I make a
if it's
submission,
not
my lord?
inconvenient to the court
Sir.
and to my good friend on the other side, may I just
Sir.
make one
My lord,
humble request.
my lord, if I can make a submission with that regard, my lord.
सर मैं कुछ बोलना चाह रही थी
एक second, Miss Agarwal, एक second. Yes, Mr. Mehta.
Because my request was if your lordships could take it up not either as the first matter or somewhere during the day, because there is a part heard, that's why I is
We'll
requesting
take it
Thursday.
as the first
No.
matter on Thursday.
No, difficult. I'm so deeply
But-
My
obliged.
lord, may I
If you
make a
can,
submission?
one second, Mr. Oberoi.
My lord.
If you have some proposal, it will be helpful if you could share it with them sometime in advance before the matter is
But
taken.
I've known the family, at least the branch of the family that I represent for some time. So what I'll do is I'll sit with my friend. I'll
Yes,
try and
Mr.
work out
Oberoi.
something. Yes.
My lord.
First,
My lord,
Mr. Oberoi, then we'll
one
hear Ms.
submission.
Agarwal. Yes.
My lord, just one submission, my lord. My lord, the residential property which my learned senior is talking about, my lord, there has already been a partition for that property, my lord, and that property fell in my share. There's a registered partition for that effect, my lord. If my lord can see the reference folder, I've uploaded the family partition, my lord. My lord, the respondent number one in his share got a house in Delhi, my lord, which he has already sold. Now he wants this property along with the assets of the firm, my lord. My lord, to that extent, I am raising an objection, my lord. My lord, so far as the assets of the firm are concerned, my lord, he can give us a proposal. We'll consider that, my lord. But my lord, the residential house is an independent property of the appellant, my lord.
If my friend could keep his options open, I think that'll be most
Uh,
beneficial. I'll look into what my friend is saying because I haven't seen that document that my friend is referring to.
my
I
lord,
will certainly
Mr.
apply my
Mehta,
mind to
Mr.
it.
Mehta, make a suggestion which you feel is reasonable and acceptable. Otherwise, if
Certainly.
it's only to gain time, it may not be helpful.
No. Your lordships know, my lord, that I would never make a proposal to just
That
gain
is
time.
why, since you have entered appearance,
That's
we thought otherwise we'd list it for final hearing. Since you have come in and knowing
let me
you,
try,
that
Bala.
is why we made this suggestion.
Let me try. Lordships may have it day after tomorrow as a first matter. Let me try.
Parties have exchanged certain proposals. They pray for some more time to explore the possibility of an amicable resolution.